With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
A message signal of frequency 10 kHz and peak voltage 10 volt is used to modulate a carrier of frequency 1 MHz and peak voltage 20 volt. Determine modulation index and the sidebands produced. So, a proper message signal has a frequency of 10 kHz and its peak voltage, corresponding peak voltage is 10 volt. A modulator carrier frequency, a modulated wave, that is what you call it as a carrier wave, has a frequency of 1 MHz and the peak voltage is 20 volts correspondingly with it. So they are modulating this message signal using this carrier wave, and you are supposed to find the modulation index. So when you're finding modulation index determines to what extent you are modulating a message signal. So modulation index will be usually given with the frequency by the peak voltage V. Okay, let us take this peak voltage as V0. Okay, so modulation index will be frequency by V0, the peak voltage. And so modulation index will be given with the frequency corresponding to it as frequency of the message signal is 10 kHz. It is 10 into 10 power 3 Hz divided by what is the peak voltage of the carrier frequency, that will be 20 volts.
So this value gives you 500. So the modulation index of this message signal is 500. The next you have is sidebands. So the B1 they are asking is the sidebands, and when you say it as sidebands comes in two. That one you call it as lower sideband and the other one we call it as upper sideband. So lower sideband means the lower part of the frequency signal and upper sideband refers to the upper part of the frequency signal. Now the modulation frequency signal they have given it as 1 MHz, right? Modulation is 1 MHz. If you are writing in terms of kilohertz, you can write it as a lower sideband will be equal to the modulating carrier frequency, that is FM, minus the message signal FC, or you can write the symbol as a bit easier. See, the carrier frequency we will write it as FC and message signal we write it as FM. So FC minus FM gives you lower sideband, whereas for upper sideband it will be FC plus FM. Now both we will find it out. So the lower sideband will be FC is 1 MHz, right? Carrier frequency is 1 MHz. If you are writing in terms of kilohertz, it will be 1000 kilohertz minus the message signal is how much? It is 10 kilohertz. So 1000 minus 10, which will be equal to 990 kilohertz. And when you come to the upper sideband, it will be 1000 plus 10, which gives you 1010 kilohertz. So these are the two sidebands produced. So 1010 and 990. So option B will be the right answer.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.